The news with Katrina Smith.
Welcome and good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Sunday. It is April 7th. I'm Katrina Smith. Meteorologist Eric Gage is in the Weather Center. As you can see behind me, blue skies today. Earlier you were saying, I wish today was tomorrow as far as the forecast, right?
Yes, the unobstructed sunshine we're seeing today, this would be absolutely perfect for viewing the eclipse. It's not the end of the world in terms of cloud cover for tomorrow, but I'd rather see completely blue skies and, of course, unobstructed view. It's a gorgeous day out there right now. It's a bit breezy, it's a bit cool, but we'll take the sunshine. It's been cloudy, it's been windy, it's been rainy, it's been snowy the past few days. I think all of us deserve to see a little bit of sun in the sky on this Sunday. Live look at downtown Utica. Again, blue skies across the board. Radar looking quiet and dry, and we're entering a quiet stretch of weather for today, tomorrow, and the start of Tuesday. And as you can see here, widespread sunshine all across upstate New York. And throughout the day today, we warm up into the upper 40s to as high as the mid 50s, a decent breeze. Although, again, not as windy as this past week, but it will feel a little cooler out there. That sun, though, will be more than welcome here in our local area. We're talking about what to expect for the rest of today, the cloud forecast for tomorrow, what the skies could look like, and more information on regarding what to expect for the sun, as well as safety tips with solar glasses, even if you want to use welding glasses in that full forecast straight ahead. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. Emergency responders rushed to the scene of
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good Sunday morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are treated to some sunshine today, and I know a lot of us are looking forward to that after several days of wind, clouds, and pretty dreary weather. And so a live look at downtown Utica right now. We're looking at beautiful blue skies. Temperatures hovering in the upper 30s, low 40s right now. So it still feels a little chilly out there, but we will climb into the 50s by this afternoon. Live look at the radar. Of course, things are looking quiet and dry, and we're entering a pretty dry stretch for weather for today, tomorrow, and again, the start of Tuesday. And as mentioned, we do climb into the low to mid 50s this afternoon. Winds will be a bit breezy, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Noticeable, but nothing too bad. But again, regarding rain and snow chances, we are completely dry throughout the day today. Bigger picture, we've got high pressure moving in for today, which is good news for sunshine. The only thing, though, is that we are going to be cutting it very close with cloud cover as we head into tomorrow for the eclipse. Now notice, here's an approaching warm front, and with warm fronts that arrive from the southwest, typically we will start to see high-level cirrus clouds, then altostratus clouds, and that's science words for talking about thin clouds way up in the sky. Notice, this is the time of the eclipse, and look at how close those clouds are. But to give you an idea of what the sky might look like, here's a view of two different cloud types and the sun in them. And our best chance will be this right here. Cirrus clouds, the sun is pretty much unobstructed, but you can notice those are when we get those sun dogs or sun halos with those ice clouds way up in the sky. What the most likely scenario will be is altostratus, where we've got that thin cloud layer way up in the sky. The sun is faded, but you can still see it. It's going to be very difficult for us to not be able to see the sun. However, it's not looking very good for western New Yorkers as thicker low-level clouds will move in from that system. But to our skycast today, we're talking about sunshine, temperatures in the 50s, a decent north wind cooling things a little bit. But by tonight, clear skies, winds calm, temperatures will fall down into the low 30s to as high or low as the upper 20s. Then by tomorrow, noontime, we've got cirrus clouds moving in, these very thin, wispy clouds way up in the air. Then between noon and 3 p.m., that's the window where we hope that those thicker clouds stay well to the west and we get a nice viewing of the eclipse. And temperatures, by the way, will be pretty pleasant. Upper 50s, low 60s, so you won't need anything too serious to bundle up if you're going out and viewing the eclipse for tomorrow. But again, the next 12 hours, talking about temperatures in the 50s, plenty of sunshine for tonight. Overnight lows will fall down into the 30s and 20s with mostly clear skies. Your 7-day forecast, we are looking like more April weather for the next few days, 60s, 50s, but Following that, we have actual April showers, so it's feeling a little bit more like a typical April. And our trivia question, when are you able to take off your solar eclipse glasses when viewing the sun?
Well, I know, and our viewers, if they watched the news yesterday morning, should know the answer too, because your colleague, meteorologist Jill Reel, did a news talk, which you can find at WKTV.com right now.
A lot of valuable information.
And she answered this question. It is only when totality is taking place.
Yes, that's
correct?
right. It is correct.
Yep.
You cannot take off the glasses at any point. I've heard misinformation with...
You've heard a lot of it.
Yeah, and I want to make sure people are safe, because you cannot look at the sun without solar glasses. It will damage your eyes. But when you're in the path of totality, the sun is completely obstructed by the moon.
Completely.
Then
like
you can take it off. Where you see the ring, you see the corona on the sun. Along with that too, if you don't have solar glasses, you have welding masks. Number 14 and lower are safe. You have any number higher than number 14 shade, it's not safe to view the eclipse.
Okay, that is good information. Thank you so much, Eric. And again, WKTV.com if you have questions. Jill answered a lot of them yesterday as well, so check it out if you missed any of it. All right, well, reporter Larson Davis has some tips from other experts. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us for another half hour of News Channel 2 Weekend today. I'm Katrina Smith.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2 meteorologist Eric Gage.
And we have a little friend today. This is the perfect, come on over. This is the perfect time of year in the spring to get a furry friend. So I rescued this little Luna just this week. And I say spring is the perfect time to rescue a little furry friend because, you know, you have to take them out probably 37 times a day.
Yes.
And it's much more pleasant when the weather is nice to take your puppy out 37 times a day to go to the bathroom and learn what they're doing. You want to say hi to Eric?
And of course, I walked in and I look over and there's this adorable looking dog sitting right next to you, and I immediately like,
How do you say no to that?
Look
she got all her chew toys. Yeah. Let's get you going ahead to the forecast. I'm going to take Luna out one more time for the day, right?
Unless you want to help me with the forecast. You want to help me with the forecast?
Let's see what you want to do there, puppies.
Do you know about eclipses? Let's talk about eclipses.
All right, let me get out of here.
All right, so let's talk about the eclipse, and of course, special guest to Luna right there. If you're wondering about the exact timing of the eclipse, first off, it begins around 2:10 in the afternoon, but the sun will be partially covered. The extent of the total eclipse will happen right around 3:25 in the afternoon, depending on location. For example, on the edge of Rome, it'll last only a few seconds, but it'll get much, much longer as you head farther and farther closer to the path of the center line. For example, near Watertown, where it goes as longer as 3 minutes. And the eclipse, in general, begins to end around 4:25. And that's, of course, the extent of the total solar eclipse. And regarding those temperatures today, it's in the 40s right now in the Mohawk Valley, a decent northerly breeze, but we warm up into the 50s this afternoon. Warmer tomorrow with increasing clouds. Let you know how that affects viewing of the eclipse and that full forecast straight ahead. Katrina?
Thank you so much, Eric. And now to a consumer alert. More than 8 million.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Sunday, everyone. We are treated to plenty of sunshine for today. More than welcome after several days of wind, rain, snow, and clouds. Downtown Utica, a live view right here. Gorgeous blue skies. Temperatures hovering in the 40s at this point, but we do climb into the 50s by this afternoon. A live look at the radar. Things are quiet and dry and expected to remain entirely dry throughout the rest of your Sunday. You have any plans to spend outdoors? Great weather for that, although bundle up a little bit. Decent breeze. Temperatures feeling like the low to mid 50s, but you factor in those winds, you'll feel a little cooler with highs in the low 50s for the middle of the afternoon. So sunshine sticks around for all the day today. We are cutting it close for cloud cover for tomorrow. And how close? Well, we've got a warm front arriving from the southwest, starting out early tomorrow morning in western New York before sweeping into central New York right around the time of the timing of totality. And we can see that there'll be initially some high-level cirrus clouds, but we could see some alto stratus clouds form behind that. Now, that's a fancy science term for mid to upper level clouds way up in the sky. And what does that equate to with viewing? Well, here's a look at what the eclipse might look like for us here in central New York. Our best case scenario will be this: cirrus clouds, thin, wispy ice clouds way up in the sky, which will likely not obstruct the sun at all. Matter of fact, we could see a nice sun halo. And then our most likely scenario will be altostratus, where we get a little thicker cloud layer in the mid to upper levels, bringing, you can see here, a blanket of thin clouds. The sun will be faded, but not completely invisible. But just a heads up, though, because we've been seeing a lot of misinformation being shared and talked about regarding when you can and can't wear your solar eclipse glasses. Well, the facts are you must use the solar eclipse glasses at any point when you're looking at the sun. You may only take off the glasses when the sun is completely blocked. If you're in the path of totality northwest of Rome and the sun is completely blocked out, you're seeing the sun's corona like this. If the sun looks like this, you can take the glasses off. But if you don't have solar eclipse glasses, you have a welding helmet, number shade 14 and lower is safe to use. 14, 13, 12, any numbers lower than that. Any higher numbers and the sun is unsafe to view through those the welding helmet. Skycast today is showing temperatures in the 50s, plenty of sunshine, a decent northerly wind, and following that, clear skies tonight. Winds do calm, and then approaching clouds arrive by tomorrow afternoon. Next 12 hours, sunshine, temperatures climbing into the low to mid 50s, and by tonight, overnight lows will fall back down below freezing with clear skies. Your 7-day forecast: we've got sunshine on tap for the start of tomorrow, increasing clouds, remaining dry for Tuesday, but that rain arrives on Wednesday with some April showers. But we'll take the temperatures, upper 50s, low 60s. It won't be a cold rain, it'll be more like a spring rain. And final trivia question: why is this solar eclipse unique to New York State? Well, Luna is in the background chasing her
Destroying her toy.
You guys don't realize how hard it was not to get distracted by Luna. She is so
job.
adorable at wrestling this.
Okay, so I'm going to say it's not B because it's a total is a total, right?
This
so
is a trick
let's
question, by the way, so I'm giving you a heads up.
It is A, C, B.
You're right, all three.
Yep.
It's
How
all
about
three.
that?
Yeah, it's unique to New York State. It's a rare one. People are wondering why is there so much hype involving this event if we saw one in 2017. Well, 2017 was a partial eclipse, and it happened south of us, and it's also an oddity that it happens within a few years. The last one in New York State, total solar eclipse, 1925. Next one, 2079. So this
Wasn't
is a very
around
rare
for
event.
that. Probably won't be around for that. So
Well, I'd
it's once in a
be 80
lifetime
years
for some
old
of
when that
us.
happens next.
Good for you, Eric. We'll be back after this.
News with Ben Kinney.
Good evening, everyone. It's the question on everyone's mind. What will the weather be for the solar eclipse tomorrow? Well, let's head right over to the Weather Center with Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis to find.
Good evening, Ben. Good evening, everyone. Of course, the much anticipated cloud cover forecast is here for tomorrow, and it does look like we're going to be having some issues trying to view the eclipse. This is mainly from high clouds and mid-level clouds, which cause the sun to become faded. It doesn't completely block the sun, but it will be difficult to view at times in the afternoon here across central New York. So it's basically a coin flip here between some of the heavier clouds to the west and the thinner clouds to the east. We do recommend people don't change their plans. If you're still planning on going out, it's still worth the effort, and hopefully we get lucky. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Stern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Again, things look pretty quiet. We're tracking clear skies tonight. It'll be faded sunshine throughout the day tomorrow. The sun will become faded behind the clouds throughout the afternoon and evening. Warm and unsettled weather as we look ahead. Tonight, we're looking at clear skies. Chilly, we're down to 31 degrees. Again, we're tracking some warmer weather as we look ahead. A look at the forecast is coming up. Ben, back to you.
Bill, thank you very much. The epicenter of the eclipse.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Cardis.
Good evening. We're getting you ready for all things solar eclipse. First of all, let's take a look at the timeline for tomorrow afternoon. The eclipse begins shortly after 2 o'clock. The maximum eclipse locally takes place at 3:25, and totality will range from 100% in the areas in a totality to 97%. So a lot of us will see dim skies tomorrow. Some of us will see the full effect of the solar eclipse. The eclipse will come to an end at 4:25 as the moon's shadow completely disappears from the sun. A reminder, always wear solar glasses throughout the event, and the only time that you can take them off safely is during the point of totality, which is only a few minutes long, and that's only in certain areas. Let's take a look at those areas. The percentage where the sun is completely blocked, the areas of totality: Old Forge, Boonville, Forestport, Westdale, Lake Delta, Woodgate, and Sylvan Beach. Most other areas are close to totality, but we will not get the full effect in Utica, in Herkimer, in Cooperstown. Again, these numbers are a little misleading. 99% is not 100 here, and it is actually vastly different between the two. The areas in totality, it'll last between about 1.5 to 3 minutes. Turin experiencing one of the longest amounts of totality, that's up in Lewis County. But again, most areas at least 1.5 to 2 minutes in that zone of totality. Let's talk about cloud cover. The clouds are going to be an issue. We think that areas to the east will have a slightly better chance of seeing the eclipse compared to areas to the west. We've got thickening clouds as a warm front moves in. The best viewing is going to be to the east, out towards Plattsburgh, Vermont, especially Maine, where skies are expected to be sunny. But again, locally, clouds become thicker, faded sunshine. We're thinking it's not going to completely block out the sun, but at times it will. And again, I think we'll need a little bit of luck on our side to be able to see the entirety of this event. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Eastern Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet. Again, this is the feature that we're watching as it heads to the east, producing some cloud cover locally. Tonight, we're looking at mostly clear skies. Overnight lows drop down into the upper 20s. Again, some high clouds early in the morning. Clouds become thicker throughout the day, but again, not completely overcast into the early afternoon. So we might luck out. We do expect skies to become cloudy into the evening, and even a few spotty showers are possible heading into tomorrow night. Sunshine is expected on Tuesday, and it looks warm. We think a lot of places can make a run towards 70 heading into Tuesday afternoon. Clear tonight, low of 31. Faded sunshine tomorrow, 58 for the high. Storm Tracker 2's 7-day forecast setting at 70 on Tuesday, and then the weather turns cloudy and unsettled with rain, breezy conditions, temperatures in the 50s as we head into Thursday and Friday.